Welcome to Us Crazy Christians. My name is William E. Smith. Today we're going to talk about weak roots. Stick around. So I like to do a lot of studying or learning. And so I get to myself and I do meditating and stuff like that. And all of a sudden revelations or things that I feel like are revelations come to me and like epiphanies, like, wow, that's deep. And then I call up one of my friends or somebody I think is really smart and I started sharing it with them. And then they'll be like, oh, so-and-so said that you should read this book. They said, and I'm like, dang, somebody that said this thing that I'm thinking some new revelation I'm bringing into the world that is somebody that said it way before I was ever born. But at least in my life it's a revelation. And so if it's new to me, it's probably new to some of you. So let me share this with you that occurred to me. So April 2018. I made a decision to stop asking God for stuff. I was doing a study of scriptures and I realized that I was leaning too heavily on God like a little child. And it was time for me to grow up and walk in my kingdom dominion and my kingdom inheritance. And I began to speak my life into existence like my God does. And so instead of asking God for stuff, I stopped and I just start speaking my life into existence. And I had a list of things that I spoke. And from that day, I would say them every day. One of the things on my list was to get a role on Empire. And how that was supposed to happen was, for y'all that don't know, I was a stand-in and photo double for Terrence Howard on the show. But I said that Taraji, Terrence, Trey Byers, Jussie Smollett, one of them or one of the stars on the show are going to speak up for me about getting a role on the show. Now, I want to put it in perspective that out of 6 years of that show being on the air, they never did that. They never spoke up and gave a stand-in or role on the show. None of the celebrities ever stood up and said, hey, give so-and-so a role, do that for them. As a matter of fact, there were some of the other stand-ins who were friends with the celebrities. I mean, they would like hang out. They had been to their homes. They had each other's phone numbers. I didn't even take pictures with the celebrities. So I was not close to them like that at all. So to expect something like this, which had never happened, was not even close to ever happening, I just was speaking what I wanted to happen. And I didn't have a lot of faith for that. I had a list of things, and on that list there were several other things that I had greater faith that would happen, and I believed it would happen much quicker than this. But a couple months later, I was on Empire. Terrence Howard spoke up and said, why don't y'all give William a role on the show? And so I got it. Shocking. But it taught me something because I had to analyze myself like, why did that happen so fast? And I got a lot of other things on my list that didn't happen so fast. And it occurred to me, it must be some other motivation for these things to happen other than my faith. Because I clearly had stronger faith for other things that still hadn't happened yet. And I realized that it is based off of a seed. That each seed has a different lifespan, a different cycle of growth. And that the things we manifest were seeds. We could not control that. No matter how much we faithed it and believed it, it had nothing to do with that. It had to do with that seed's lifespan, its growth time, its own time. It has nothing to do with me. How the Creator made it, that's just how it is. And then I thought about all the agricultural examples throughout the scriptures. It's full of that. The Bible talks about seed time and harvest, and just all through the Bible, Old and New Testament is talking about growth and harvest and seed and reaping and sowing and all that kind of stuff. And then something else that I learned or noticed is that things that I got fast, things that I spoke into existence that came to me quickly, usually never had any real lasting effects on my life. Prime example is Empire. I got that role on Empire. And you would have thought my life changed. I had family members who started calling me out the woodwork I hadn't talked to since I was a teenager. Now they calling me up, want to take me out to dinner, thinking I'm rich and famous and all this kind of stuff. It didn't change my life at all. It's nice on my demo reel. It was a great experience. But it really hasn't affected or changed my life at all. It hasn't opened more doors up for other avenues and opportunities. Actually, my YouTube channel has opened more doors for me and more opportunities than that role on Empire has. But I got it so fast. Is it because when something grows fast, the roots are weak? The Bible even mentions something like that, like a seed that's planted and the roots are not weak, they're not firm, that the wind can blow it away or something like that. It gets trampled, whatever, something like that. I have to look it up, but you know what I mean. And they have strong roots. And the things that I seem to get that took time, that didn't come right away, it seemed to have a lot longer lasting effect on my life. Is that because their roots are stronger? Something to think about. We can be very impatient and we want stuff here and now and give it to me now and we can't wait and we mad, and maybe we need to relax and just enjoy the process. Understand that we planted the seed. Let's go by and water it every once in a while. Make sure it got some sunlight and let God give the increase. And when that seed comes, when it springs forth into the tree, the fruit, or whatever it is, it's going to be strong, firm, and lasting in our lives. Something to think about. We don't need no weak roots around here. The scripture says, be not weary in well-doing, for in due season you will reap if you faint not. It's a warning because people fainting, they falling out like, well, I ain't got it yet, well, I ain't got it yet. But hold on. Don't be weary. Keep planting. Keep removing the weeds. Keep watering it. Make sure it got sunlight, because in due season, we will reap if we don't fall apart. And when we do, it's liable to have lasting effects on our lives to change us forever. Isn't that what we really want? When our seed grows, the wind can come. The storm can come. Times in life can come. But because it's well rooted, because we gave it time to root itself, it just bends with the wind. It doesn't break. It doesn't fall over. It doesn't get swept away. That's what we want. Do me a favor, the like button. Subscribe to the channel. If you're a returning guest and haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? It's free. Plus, hit the notifications bell to be notified every time we post a new video. Thanks for watching Us Crazy Christians. Until next time, be blessed.